Hey everyone! Every good still life drawing starts with a fantastic rough sketch. In this video, we're going to focus on the placement of our apple and our pear to create our realistic colored pencil still life drawing. I want to make sure that I'm looking at this in a 1-to-1 ratio, trying to draw it exactly as I see it. So I'm really comparing the edges of the apple to the edge of the paper, the edge of the pear to the other edge of the paper. I use my finger on my pencil to measure the space, and I start sketching. Oftentimes, I'm referring to the photo that I have printed out in order to make sure that my apple and my pear are placed in the right spacing. Focusing on the table, looking at where the bottom of the apple and where the bottom of the pear sit on the table within the picture, rough sketching the outside edges. I'm making it a little darker than it really needs to be, only so that it shows up in this video. Measuring out how far down does that stem hole start? How far does the stem hang over the edge of the apple? I'm trying to create the three-dimensional space really on a two-dimensional surface. Looking at the placement of the bottom of the apple in comparison to the placement of the bottom of the pear and moving up. There is a little overlap with my pear and my apple. I'm measuring continuously, looking at that reference and drawing, erasing and drawing again to get it right. I want to make sure that it looks just like the image that's been printed out. I'm now sketching in the highlights, where the light is bouncing off or reflecting off the apple, where the yellow areas are within this yellow, orange, and red that I will use my colored pencil to add that color in. I'm looking at all of the values and creating them as shapes, kind of solidifying and making that stem look like it's three-dimensional, poking off of the two-dimensional paper. And again, looking at the shapes that the colors create and sketching those in real light so that I can go over them with colored pencil. Moving on to the pear, really taking a better look at where the stem comes out of the top. In the photo, which is hard to see, I know, the stem does reach the very top edge. Taking a look at where the yellowish areas are on the pear, sketching those in as though they are a shape, rounding that pear out just a little bit more, trying to make it look more realistic. Sketch, erase any areas you need to, clean up your edges, and you have a great sketch.